Humans are emotional creatures who believe they make rational choices, but most of what we call free will is built on habits, biases, and reactions that others can, and do, learn to exploit. Think about it. Every commercial, every political speech, every toxic relationship, they all use psychology to steer your emotions. Manipulation isn't always malicious, sometimes it's simply influence with an agenda. But when done with intent to control, it becomes one of the most dangerous tools in human interaction. In today's episode, we'll step into the mind of the manipulator and decode how people shape your reality without ever touching you. Welcome to Human Psychology Lens, where we look beneath the surface of human behavior and reveal how the mind really works. Manipulation isn't just lying, it's engineering belief. It's the process of changing how someone perceives reality so that they willingly do what benefits the manipulator. At its core, manipulation has three components. Awareness. The manipulator knows exactly what they're doing. Intent. Their goal is self-serving, not mutual. Deception. They distort truth, either subtly or overtly. Psychologists describe manipulation as a form of covert control. It hides behind charm, pity, or authority. A manipulator doesn't force you to obey. They make you want to obey. The scary part? Many of these tactics overlap with normal social behavior. The difference lies in motive. To understand manipulation, we have to understand human needs. Every person craves safety, belonging, and validation. Manipulators know this, and they weaponize it. They build what psychologists call dependency loops. Give affection, then withdraw it. Offer help, then guilt you for needing it. Mirror your values, then slowly replace them with theirs. This creates a psychological imbalance called intermittent reinforcement, the same mechanism that keeps gamblers addicted. Your brain releases dopamine when rewarded unpredictably, and you start chasing approval like a slot machine lever. In relationships or workplaces, this is why victims often say, "I knew they were lying, but I couldn't walk away." The manipulator doesn't trap your body, they trap your reward system. One of the most powerful forms of manipulation is emotional distortion. Gaslighting, guilt-tripping, and love bombing all exploit our need to feel seen and understood. Gaslighting, a term from a 1944 film, is when someone makes you doubt your own memory or sanity. They'll say things like, "You're overreacting," or "I never said that," until your perception bends. Guilt-tripping shifts moral responsibility. You start apologizing for their bad behavior. And love bombing floods you with affection until you associate the manipulator with emotional highs right before they withdraw it. Each tactic creates confusion, and confusion weakens resistance. When your emotions are disoriented, your logical mind takes a back seat. Even the most rational minds are vulnerable to manipulation because our brains run on shortcuts called cognitive biases. Here are a few that manipulators love to exploit. The halo effect. If someone looks confident or attractive, we assume they're trustworthy. Confirmation bias. We notice evidence that supports what we already believe. The scarcity effect. We value things more when they seem rare or about to disappear. The foot in the door technique. Start small, then escalate, like a salesperson who gets one yes and then keeps building. Manipulators don't fight your brain. They work with it. They frame their requests in ways that feel familiar, safe, or urgent. That's why manipulation works even when you think you're too smart for it. Manipulation thrives in uneven power structures, romantic, corporate, political, or social. But true control doesn't come from authority, it comes from perception of authority. This is called the illusion of choice. The manipulator lets you choose between two options they already designed. You feel empowered, but the outcome still serves their agenda. In studies on compliance, like Stanley Milgram's famous obedience experiments, participants obeyed authority figures even when told to harm others, simply because the power dynamic felt legitimate. That's the chilling truth. You don't need to be forced to follow orders. You just need to believe that doing so is right. Manipulators use language like surgeons use scalpels. They mirror your speech patterns to build rapport. They use vague compliments so your mind fills in the gaps. They frame statements as questions to create agreement. Don't you think it's only fair if we... Even tone and silence are tools. A well-timed pause can create pressure. A calm voice during chaos signals dominance. These are micro-behaviors, invisible to most people but incredibly persuasive. The first step in defense is awareness. Ask yourself, do I feel guilty when I haven't done anything wrong? Do my boundaries feel negotiable only with certain people? Do I feel crazy or constantly second-guess myself? If so, you might be under subtle manipulation. Defend yourself by staying grounded in facts, not emotions. Use time as your ally. Manipulators hate when you delay responses. And most importantly, trust patterns, not promises. Manipulation isn't just something bad people do, it's a shadow that exists in every social interaction. The key is to recognize it, not to fear it. Because once you can see manipulation, it loses its power. This has been Human Psychology Lens, exploring the mind behind the mask. If you found this breakdown insightful, subscribe for more deep dives into the science of human behavior.